I'm OG, y'all new to the game.
What's up, guys? So before I start this video, I just wanted to again say thank you so much for the overwhelming support on my channel and the likes and the comments on my videos and the subscriptions. Just the viewership and all the support, it really means so much to me, and I really appreciate it. It does mean a lot. As you guys may or may not be able to tell, the weather right now in Southern California is absolutely awful right now. We're having like a torrential downpour, and it's really loud inside the cabin from all the rain. We are not used to this, so I mean, it's pretty funny to see everybody's reactions to like how much rain we're actually getting right now. But without further ado, in today's video, I wanted to talk about the new 2018 Ford Mustang. As you guys may or may not know, this car was released or announced in around 2014 for the 2015 model years, and this is the S550 generation, featuring the Coyote motor, the V6, and the EcoBoost engine. However, for 2018, Ford decided to do their mid-cycle refresh of this car, and this has been met with a lot of controversy, and I wanted to kind of talk on this subject. A lot of people don't like the way it looks. A lot of people just think it looks ugly, and some just do not like the design and some of the things that have happened to the car. Personally though, I think Ford is totally killing it right now with the Mustang, and here's why. So the first move that I think that was really smart on Ford's end was getting rid of the V6 Mustang. Now, honestly, there really was no reason in the first place for even the 2015 models to have the V6 Mustang, due to the introduction of the EcoBoost engine. And this little 4-cylinder with the turbo gets better gas mileage, makes more power, makes more torque, and overall, it's a win-win in every way. There was really no need for the V6 model. And so for 2018, I think it's a really smart move that they finally ditched this motor and this platform. In addition to that, 20% of the sales come from the V6, and the other 80% comes from an even split between the GT and the EcoBoost. So I think it's a really good financial decision as well, because the V6 really wasn't selling that well, because when you have the EcoBoost as an option, there's no point. But anyway, as far as the visuals go on the car, Ford redesigned the front fascia of the car. It definitely, in my opinion, looks much more aggressive. It looks much nicer. Overall, I just think it looks much sharper, much sleeker, and just more aggressive overall. In addition, the car has been lowered on the front 80 millimeters, so it's got a much more meaner and aggressive stance to it as well. I think that, I don't know if they actually were or not, but I think the headlights themselves look a little sharper. Maybe that's just me. I think the headlights have been redesigned a bit, and they look much nicer in my opinion. But in addition to that, the rear has also been redesigned slightly. There's a new diffuser. Now the GT models get the quad exhaust tips from the GT350, which I think is an awesome addition. I love quad exhausts, and especially on Mustangs. I remember seeing a lot of aftermarket ones with quad exhausts. And I just think overall they look excellent with them. So from a design standpoint, there's a lot of awesome changes. In addition, there's like a bunch of different tire and wheel packages. If you get the competition or the performance package, you can choose between a variety of different wings for the rear. And so I think these are some really nice visual add-ons that are really gonna look good for the Mustang, and I really like how they have so many different options. You can really tailor each performance option to your liking, which I think is another really smart move. But in addition to that, some of the performance aspects that have been changed on the Mustangs now are just flat out awesome. So for one, now the Mustang has the new MagneRide, which has the magnetic particles in the shocks, which can adjust the stiffness and softness of the shocks on the fly, which I think the Mustang needed that. That was a much needed addition. The Corvettes and the Camaros have that already, and I think it was time that the Mustang got on board with that. I think from 2018 and on, we're gonna see big handling improvements in the Mustang, and paired that with the independent rear suspension, this thing is gonna be able to perform really well around a track, around canyon roads, and all that kind of stuff. In addition, for the GT models, the compression has been increased from 11:1 to 12:1 now, and the power should be increased. And I think this is another great thing. I think the fact that Ford is continuously improving the performance of their vehicles, even on just mild facelifts, is a really awesome addition. For a lot of refreshes and stuff like that, they're mostly just visual changes. A lot of car companies tend to refrain from adding performance modifications, such as Subaru, for example. They've done basically nothing, especially for the STI. In addition, for the EcoBoost as well, if I was reading it correctly, there is now an overboost function on the car. So with this overboost function, you can temporarily turn up the boost on the turbo and increase your torque. I think it's for like 5 or 10 seconds. And other cars have featured this before, but it's cool that the EcoBoost is getting it. And in addition to that, Ford stated that it was going to get more power. So I think these are some really good performance changes. The addition of the MagnaRide is a brilliant move by Ford to put this in their performance cars. And the fact that they're getting more power. On top of that, the Mustang GT as an option now will be fitted with an optional active valve exhaust. So you can choose between like a loud or quiet setting. And I think this is another great feature that the Mustang totally lacked. You know, you're running a 5-liter V8 Coyote motor, which sounds incredible. And from the factory, the S550 sounded really kind of lame, for lack of a better term. They're just really quiet and really muted, and you really needed to get an aftermarket exhaust or chop the mufflers off or do something to unleash that sound. And now that from the factory they're coming with this active exhaust, I think that's a really sweet addition. And for the interior, the fact that they're bringing in the new 12-inch LCD display, I think that's another really smart move that Ford has done as well. And the ability to customize the gauges based off of like track or sport mode or normal driving, and just the overall digital look that it has looks so much sleeker and modern. I think it's just, once again, it's just another move that's really smart on Ford's part, and it's just showing off that, you know, the Mustang is a technical, it is a capable car that is packed with a great amount of sportiness and good handling and everything, but also features good technology in it now as well. Going back to the design changes and the design cues, I was watching a vehicle versions video where Parker was talking about, you know, how a lot of these automotive designers have the ability to kind of foresee in the future of car designs, and over time these will grow on the consumer, and I totally think that's true. I think, yes, I can see maybe to some people how they would think that the new front of the Mustang looks kind of ugly. You know, it is definitely, it's noticeably different than the, you know, previous years. But I think it looks, personally, I think it looks wonderful. And I think, give it a couple months, honestly, and I think that design and those changes, while they are fairly subtle, I think they're definitely going to grow on consumers, and people are going to like it much more. You know, I wouldn't go as far as to jumping to conclusions about how it looks, you know, without having seen it in person first. So overall, I think Ford is really, with the Mustang, I'm really happy with the direction that they're going in. I think what they're doing is overall really smart for their Mustang platforms. Ditching the V6 was a great idea. Adding things such as the MagnaRide and increased power was awesome. Redesigning the front fascia, the rear with the quad exhaust tips, brilliant once again. And just even the technology moves that they're making with the 12-inch display, that's awesome stuff. And there are a couple of other changes that I probably missed, but I think those are the big ones primarily. The other thing I forgot to mention is the addition of the 10-speed automatic transmission, which I think is really good for people that'll like the automatics. Not only is it said to be faster, it's said to be more efficient as well, so that's just another plus. And of course, if you are an enthusiast and want the traditional raw driving experience, the 6-speed manual will still always be offered, and the S550s as well. So just overall, Ford is really killing it right now. I think what they're doing is just a big step overall. It's just a big leap from what the Mustangs were beforehand. So honestly, I'm really happy. But anyway, those are just my opinions on this car. I kind of wanted to bring this video about because I've just been seeing so much hate lately about the new Mustang, and I'm not even really a huge Mustang fanboy or anything, but honestly, the new Mustang is extremely appealing to me, and I really think it's a car, a sports car, muscle car that people should definitely consider purchasing. But anyway, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Just once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for all the support on my videos. I'd like to give just a huge shout out to my subscribers and to my followers, and just thank you again for all the positive comments and just everything. It really does mean quite a bit to me. If you guys have any video ideas or topics that you'd like me to discuss about BMWs or just cars in general, or you guys want to see something, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions and ideas for future videos and whatnot. And you know, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, Simply Car Things. Lately it's been growing quite a bit, and I'm so thankful and happy for that, and this is just so awesome. But anyway, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.